Are you guys good to go? Yes? All right, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna just share some slides with you and review this just really quickly, but then we're gonna head over to the Canvas course. I'm gonna do most of the work from there, most of the presenting. So today for Google Integration That Works, we're gonna look at the different ways we can integrate Google Docs with Canvas. So we've done quite a few trainings, but there are different ways that we've shown that you can integrate your Google Docs. So in this training, I just want to review all of the different ways in one place so that if you have any questions about does one way work better than the other, or maybe you're trying to find something, a need you're trying to meet, but you can't figure out which is the best way, we're going to go through all of the ways here and then we can talk about that. All right, so the different ways we're going to review, and you'll see here on the agenda, we're going to look at embedding. We're going to look at hyperlinking, using the external tool, and then using external URL. So really 4 main ways that we can integrate the Google Docs. And then how can we send students e-journals? This is another big question that's been coming from teachers on Google Docs or Google Slides, is how can we use all the resources we made, and that includes HyperDocs or e-journals or interactive notebooks that were made over the summer, and use them inside Canvas. And so this is, after we review the ways of doing it, this is a great segue to go into the e-journals and how can we put those into Canvas. Okay, so the rest of these slides, just so you know, I'm gonna be updating them with little short videos. So you see right here is where I'm gonna place the video. I'm gonna go ahead and teach you here today how to do these things, but I'm going to put little snippets of videos into these slides. So just keep an eye out for that. Since you already have the slides, you'll have them in your Google Drive. I wouldn't make a copy of them yet. I would wait till I put the videos in there, and then you can make a copy for your own drive if you'd like. But these are all the things I'm going to review with you right now when we go into Canvas. And again, I'll be placing those videos there. Okay. And then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end for any special questions that you have. So we're gonna go ahead and head over to Canvas. And I'm gonna go to my home. And why is it not going? Let's see what's happening. It may just be moving very slow at this hour. And it looks like it's moving very slow. Let's see. Let me just try going back to it. No. All right, here it is. Okay, so you see my home page here, and all I've done is I've just created a button for each day of the week and then a button for e-journals. And you can personalize your homepage the way you need to meet your needs, but because I just wanted to show you what it might look like doing it this way, and then I wanted to show you just one module. So you should have access to one module on your side where it's going to go over the 4 ways we just talked about. Okay. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to show you the examples, and then I will show you live how to actually do it. Now, have you guys done any of these? Have you tried? Which ones have you tried? So I don't spend a lot of time on those, like if you know how to do them already.
Like I have tried to embed a link from Google Slides to Canvas, but haven't been successful.
Haven't been successful. Okay, so I'll spend some time on that one. Have you tried hyperlinking?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. And then what about you?
I haven't tried anything at all with the Google. I mean, I've done like YouTube and stuff like that, or but I haven't done Google. So that's why I was like, okay, let me see what I've learned.
Okay, good.
Around, but certain people don't know. So I was that's why I joined this one.
That's fine. All right, so let's take a look at embedding. So I'm gonna click the first example, and I want you to take a look at what it looks like when you have some slides. These are just regular Google Slides that are embedded into the page. So notice it does not take the students out. So if you guys have the course that you're in with me and you click on it as a student, you should be able to see this, okay? If you prefer to watch me first and then go look, that's fine. So notice that the slides are in view only. Do y'all see that? The kids cannot come in here, or you would not be able to go in here because you're in as a student and do something with my slides. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to know, that this is placed in here in view only. So like in presentation mode. However, the kids can click through the slides. Do you see me clicking through the slides? And let's say there's a spot where there's like a hyperlink on the slides. So right here, if you click on the radio, you're going to tune in to a podcast and notice how it, oh, actually it's a little interview. So notice how it goes straight to the video. Okay. And so right here, here's one where you're going to listen to a podcast and say, click here to listen. Notice that these links do work. They take you out. Okay. And so the links that are within your slideshow are going to take you out of Canvas. So right now, these slides are inside the Canvas platform. So that's kind of cool to have the kids stay within Canvas. Now, just remember, if you have links in your slideshow, though, if they click on them, they are going to take them to a new tab. Any questions on this one here? I'm going to go to, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I tried that with Seesaw, because I don't know how to embed Seesaw to Canvas, like just Seesaw. So what I've done, I've been doing is getting the link from Seesaw, put it into the Google slide, embedding the pictures, and then putting that Google slide into as a page.
Okay.
In Canvas.
Okay, so you're doing a slide or as a doc? A slide, a Google slide?
I'm doing like, yes, a Google slide, and putting that as a page in Canvas. And then
well, that's a very good, that's a very smart workaround.
I just thought I was gonna ask if there is an easier way, but I don't know.
Yeah, there may be. So let's see, for Seesaw, they could have the link here on the side. Did you try putting the redirect link inside the platform? Yeah, okay.
Yes, I've tried that.
Okay, we can talk about that a little bit later after we're done with this presentation.
For Seesaw,
the next,
some of the Seesaw is not working on the Chromebooks. So what they have to do is I tell them to go through the single sign-on and join from there, from the apps.
Yeah.
Because Seesaw is not working from there. So some of them, they clicked and they automatically joined, and some of them didn't. And so they're able to do it now. So, I mean, I'm not sure if that's what you were asking.
It also depends on the device. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll show you, we have a little guide for that, and I'll show it to you at the end of this presentation.
Okay.
The next
how did you embed the Google into the?
I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that one next. I just wanted you to see the difference between a presentation and a doc. So the first one was a presentation. Now this one is going to be embed a Google Doc. So let's take a look at what that one looks like, and then I'm going to walk you through the steps. Okay, let's see. It's very slow. There we go. Okay, so notice that I had a Google Doc. It's a choice board, and it's a show what you know bingo. And I don't need the students to write in this doc at all. They don't need to put any text or do anything in here, because I'm just giving them the choice board. And when they choose what they're gonna do, they're actually gonna just click right here in the middle, and they're going to add their work. Let's see. So they're gonna go to a Google form where they'll add the link to whatever they decided to make. So I just wanted to show you that what I'm putting in here, remember, is view only. Okay, same as with the slides. The only thing is it's a doc and not a slideshow. Okay, so all the links work. So now let's go make one. Let me show you how to make this. This one is in a page. Okay. All right, so let's go to pages. I'll just make one in a page and go to view all pages, and I'm going to make a new page. Okay, and this is going to be example on embedding Google Doc. Okay, and so here at the top of the rich content editor is where you saw that I had some big banners, and I have those stored in here already, so I could just grab one real quick in my course. And so I have one in here, so let me grab one. I'll just say, let's pretend it's Wednesday. And so put that there, and then I can put some student instructions here. And I like to make that just a little bit bigger. And then right after that is where I'm going to use this plugin. Okay. So I'm going to use the plugin and go to Google Apps. And that plugin is going to allow me to embed right in that space. It takes me to my Google Drive. And I have a folder where I like to use, where I've already kind of curated all of my docs and slides that I want to use for my Canvas trainings. So I'm going to go to that one there. And I'm going to click on, look at this. I can click on either a doc or Google Sites. I can choose whichever one that I want. So I'm going to choose one of these. Let's do this one here. And I'm going to embed it. I could choose link, but I don't want a link right now. I want it actually embedded. So let's do that. And there it is. So remember, view only, okay? This is view only. Now notice this second slide, the kids are actually supposed to do an activity, and they're supposed to use this little magnifying glass to move it. So will they be able to do that in here? No. Okay, so those are the things I want you to think about. Are you embedding something that you only want students to view? If you need them to work on it, we're going to actually go through what you can do with another feature. Okay. All right. So I will save that work. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go back to modules. Any questions on how I did it? I was using the little plug-in tool. Okay. The next one is hyperlinking. You can hyperlink anything inside your rich content editor. So notice that up here, there's my little banner with my little picture. I've got some notes up here. You can hyperlink anything in here, and you can hyperlink on text or on a picture or an image. Okay. So notice what I did here. I hyperlinked to the text. So if I click on it, it goes out. Remember, it's if you're putting in a hyperlink, it's going to take you out. It's not being embedded. So now I went out to these slides. The other thing I did was I put in a picture because I want the kids to visually see, oh, this is where I'm going, right? So I put in a picture, and the students can click on the image, and it goes to the same place. So you don't have to do both. I just wanted you to know you could do either one. You could hyperlink on the text, or you can hyperlink to the image itself, okay? And that's just a flat image. It's not embedded as a slideshow. I went and got the picture myself, and I put the picture in here, and then I hyperlinked it, okay? Now, again, if you want kids to do some work, they're gonna need to have their own file, okay? So here's one thing they can do. They can click here, and they can make a copy. If your kids are pretty proficient in using Google Slides or Docs and they know how to do that, they can go here and they can go to File, and then make a copy, okay? And then they'll have their own copy. I would tell them right away, change the name of the slideshow and put your name in front of it, like Sonia's podcasting slideshow, or rename it, but put their name on it. And so that's one way, but I'm going to show you another way. Okay. Any questions with hyperlinking? It's pretty easy. I'll just edit this one to show you how to do it. So I'm in my rich content editor here, and I can just highlight the word and use this little hyperlink. It looks like a chain link, and I can go to external or something inside my course. Okay. Right now we're talking about Google Docs, so I would be using the external, and I would be grabbing the link to my Google Slides or my Google Docs and put that link there. Okay, and that's how I would share that. I would also make sure, let's say I'm going to use these. I'm going to copy the link. I would also make sure that that slideshow is viewable by the kids. Okay, so let me go check this one. I'm going to check by going to the share button. And notice it is viewable by anyone at SAISD can view, so it's good to go. Any questions on hyperlinking and how to hyperlink? No? Okay, all right. So then let's go ahead and go to the next one. The next way is using the external tool. Now, this is a quick way to give every kid their own copy of a slide presentation or some docs or even spreadsheets. So right here is an assignment. Okay, you're going to find the external tool in assignments. And you're going to use this type when you want to give your students a copy. You see that there. Students will complete the work and use the turn in button to send the work back to the teacher. There's only one thing when they do that. When they do that, it's going to be a snapshot of the student's work. So whatever they did on their slides at the time that they turn it in, that's what the teachers are going to see. In other words, the kids can't keep working on it after they turn it in. And the teacher's going to see that work. If you want that to happen, you have to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and edit this and show you. You have to make sure that you're going to give the kids multiple times to submit. So let me show you. You see this allowed attempts right here? If you make it unlimited, the student can go back to the assignment. They can resubmit the work. So let's say they submitted it to you. They keep working overnight and they want to submit it again the next morning, even though it's a little bit late, you know, they can do that. They're going to unsubmit. They're going to resubmit their work. And so what you're going to get is a history of all the submissions in the SpeedGrader area. And you can actually go back in time and see all the different things they did every time they submitted. Okay. All right. So how did I put those in there? I went to find, and you may have to open up this window a little more to see all of the tools. And I looked for Google Drive Cloud Assignment. And from there, I can go again to my folder, the same folder that I've built for my Canvas demos. And I can find the slides that I want to attach. Once I click on them, okay, once I click on them, then I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I've already got them there. But I would just click on them and then click the select button. Okay, and so notice it's there. This is the link it grabbed for me. And then all I have to do is click save. And then there it is. So the students will see this, the slideshow. And this is the part where they're going to do something on their own. They can click on this link and they can actually go to the a bigger view in another tab. That way they can read through the slides, and then they can look at some good examples, and then they can create their own. Any questions on the external tool and making a copy for each student?
That's what I'm having trouble with. I was using from the math department, I was using the independent activity. And so I just did exactly what you did right now. And when my students open that, they see it as a slide. They cannot see it. They cannot manipulate or move things around.
Okay. And you did it using the external tool?
Yes, the way you just did it right now.
Do you have an example in your Canvas that I can look at?
Yes, I can share, let me share the screen.
Okay, let me make sure you can share. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. All right. You should be able to share now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me see. Is this mine? Yes, this is you. So I'm here, and then I'm gonna go to my classes,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna go to say Monday,
Okay.
and then if they open Monday and I have this,
Uh-huh.
that's math.
And you try this one, you wanted them to have their own copy.
Yes, and
Mhm.
there, but when they open this,
Uh-huh.
it looks just like a presentation. They cannot, like, they're supposed to be able to move the little red and yellow
Okay.
dots around to make 10
Can
or
we take a look at it real quick?
so.
So it should look like that. And then the students, but the students should be able to manipulate. Go to slide 2. And can you move those? Yeah, the students should be able to do that.
But on their end, they cannot move it. So that's why I was just, because I have all those activities and they're not working. They're not
Yes.
on the presentation. It looks like a presentation. Once that they open this, it looks like a slide. They cannot.
So did you make a copy of this, or did you just get it from the comments from the math department and put it in as
I made a copy of it.
Okay, so the original file is yours. Go to the file real quick for me. Let me check. Let me
Here?
check where this is. And then go down to document details. Right there, yeah. It belongs to, well, it looks like it belongs to you.
Because this is my copy.
Yeah, yeah, this is your copy. And
Mhm.
so, okay. What kind of devices are your students on?
They have iPads.
That might be the reason. That's probably the reason. So there is a way to manipulate on the iPads, but they have to have a 13, I think it's at least a minimum of a 13 iOS system, an operating system of a minimum of 13. So if they're on anything lower than that, they probably won't be able to do it. Do you know if they're like the minis?
I don't know. Have no idea. But
Yeah.
it's not working. Like they can't do anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks
It's probably because of the iPad. What school are you at?
Sarah King Elementary, and it's
Sarah King.
Mm.
So you have minis, and those are at least through 2 years old. Was it from the pilot, from the tech pilot? The Lighthouse Campus pilot?
Yes. Mhm.
Last year, Ernest?
Well, like it was last year, but since my students last year they got the new ones, and now this year I have a different group, and that group has the all iPads.
Oh, the second group has the old iPads.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So they don't have the new ones.
Yeah, more than likely that's the problem. So
Okay.
I don't know if there's a workaround to do the manipulative Google Slides on an iPad, as if it doesn't have the updated iOS. Yeah. Okay. Let me think about that. I'll ask my colleagues here in a second if they have any other ideas for how to do that. I mean, I'm thinking Seesaw. Could you not do some of these types of activities in Seesaw instead?
Yes, but you know, I was trying to be proactive and not to waste time. So I said,
Right. And
"Well,
make new stuff.
why don't you use it instead of me making something else? You know,
Right.
it's in
Right.
Spanish. Sometimes you don't find things in Spanish. So
Right.
trying to, you know, work fast basically.
Yes.
And
Right.
so, um, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I think one of the first things you might want to do is just double check and ask your kids what kind of devices I mean, what operating system their iPad is on. All they have to do is go to the general settings
Mm,
and go to about, and it'll tell them what operating system it is. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. But these slides do work on iPads, but it's got to be,
The
like right now it's a 13.6. That's the latest.
mm, the
Okay.
that I'm making with the, because I go to Google Slides, I create, I have the seesaw picture there with the link embedded. So those, they can open those, but
Yes, because it's view, it's only to view it. It's not to actually work inside of it. Yeah. Okay. All
thank you.
right. So you're welcome. All right. So the next one, and that one was assignment. That one was giving the student their own copy in assignments. And it looks like it froze. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh my goodness. And this is because I'm plugged in. I'm not even on the Wi-Fi. Okay. Go back. All right, and then the final one is external URL. So with our external URL, basically what you're doing is you're still pulling in an external, you're having the kids go to an external site, like another website, not inside, but it's inside Canvas. So they're not going out to a new tab. They are going out to another website, but it's actually kept within the Canvas platform. So let me give you an example. So here's one going to a Flipgrid activity. Okay, and notice it's all kept inside Canvas. Okay, and then here's another one where I put some slides in there. Same way that I did these slides earlier, but again, it's bigger and it takes up the whole screen and it's kept right inside Canvas so they can actually go through these a little bit bigger and still be able to click on those links. So they can still click on the links to take them out. Okay. So this is just another tool in case you're looking for something fast and easy. And the way you make that one, and let me show you here real quick, is what I did was I go to the little plus button right here. And instead of choosing assignment or quiz or file, go all the way to the bottom. And you're going to see external URL. And that's where I put my URL, give it a name, and add the item. Okay, so notice it's there now. And so when kids click on it, it's going to take them straight to the site. Okay. So I may not have put the link in there all the way correctly, but that's the same way I did this one here.
Can you show me one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. So I'm here at modules and let me delete this one. And so I'm going to go to the plus button and here, what do I want to add? I want to add an external URL. And from there, I can now put the URL. So let's say I have some slides. I'll do this one here. Here's my slideshow on book trailers. Okay. And I would then get the share link. make sure that it's anyone at SAISD can view, copy it. And then I'm going to come here and paste it. And page book trailers, add it. And so now, if I click it, it's there. So basically, you're just adding an external URL to a module. Okay. Notice you don't have a way to put any information like, you know, when we get the rich content editor in a page or in an assignment, we don't get that here. This is strictly, I just want them to go to this website. I'm going to put it in there, but it keeps it inside Canvas for you. So really, again, all of these tools are for you to see which way works best for you. Sometimes you want to just send them to a website. You don't need to do all the, you know, putting the rich content editor, putting information, instructions, titles, all that. Maybe you're making like a little playlist. Maybe you're making a module with a playlist of websites that they go to often. I don't know, I'm just coming up with something, right? But that would be a good use for something like this. Okay. I also like it for what you're doing with your Seesaw slide. You're just putting in a slide and they go to the one that they need to go to. Maybe it could work for that. All right, any questions on any of these that we've gone over? So we went over embedding, hyperlinking, external tool, and external URL. Okay, the last thing I want to do with you guys is go over how I put this together here. And in each one of these, I'm showing a real life example of how I am embedding or hyperlinking to some Google Docs. So for Monday, for example, I'm giving the students an assignment and it's taking a while to load. But I embedded the Google Slides here below. Ay, ay, ay. Let me try it again. So it took too long to load, but I just embedded the slides here in view only. Okay, remember embedding is view only. But notice what I put down here. If you want your students to collaborate on the activity, I don't know if you've tried any collaboration with students where they're all in the same slides. You can do that by hyperlinking. So I want them all to participate in this slide deck. So I actually put a link here that's going to take them to the collaborative emoji texting activity where each student will get their own slide and they'd have to complete their own slide, but as a class, we're all in it together. So to do that, I had to make sure that my sharing link was anyone with the link, actually I should probably say anyone at SAISD with the link can edit, okay? And then click done. So what I did was I hyperlinked that link right here, okay? So why did I put it here as an embed? I put it there because if I'm the teacher and I'm Zooming with students, I want to have it there so I can click through it and explain the instructions, show them what they're going to be doing. And then we can all click together to this one to get into the file together at the same time. Okay. And so I still don't know why it didn't pop up all the way, but it was there earlier. There it is. And so as a teacher, maybe I want to go through what the expectations are right here with them, have it all in one place, and then we click here. Any questions on this one? Okay, so I'm gonna go back home and now go to Tuesday. For Tuesday, I made a page. And for Tuesday, maybe I'm gonna be Zooming with my students in the morning so I can give them the link there. Really, it's like an agenda format. We're going to review yesterday's emoji texting, so I've hyperlinked them so it's easy to get to the slides again. We're going to learn more about text features with a teacher-directed presentation here, so maybe as the teacher, I want to be able to have quick access to my presentation slides and give the slides to my kids as well so they can follow along. And so then I would actually do a direct teach on the Zoom with my students. And then after we're done, I want my students to have a discussion. So I made a discussion inside Canvas and I linked to it. So now the students can all just click there and get to their discussion. All right. Any questions on how I did that? For the discussion one, I made the discussion over here in discussions, and then I just hyperlinked. Let me go to edit, and I hyperlinked to something inside the course rather than hyperlinking out. So highlight the word, and I used that same link, but this time I said a course link, and I went to my discussions to find the discussion that I wanted them to do. Okay? Now, notice something as well. I do not want all of that showing up in my modules. Do you see that it's not even there? All this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday work, it's not here. Okay? It does exist. It's inside all of these areas in discussions, in assignments, in pages. But I wanted a quick way for my kids to just get to it. And so that's why I built my home page this way. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is another agenda. I'm kind of liking the agenda idea. And then, let's see, I skipped a day. I didn't show you Wednesday. For Wednesday, it is an assignment, and notice I gave them a copy for themselves. You can tell it's a copy because it shows up down here like this. So they all get their own copy. And you see my instructions here. Every student will get their own copy so that they can work on and turn it in. And then finally on Friday, another agenda format. Okay, and so I would hyperlink whatever I need them to do here. And then the final piece are the e-journals. So I made a page where I'm putting the e-journals for my students. And so this one and this one still have to be done. So this one is done. So notice how I hyperlinked it here. And then the students could click there to get to the assignment that gives them each their own copy. And there is where the students would get their own copy of the podcasting student e-journal. Okay. I just wanted a quick way for my kids to get to their e-journals all nice and neat in one place without them having to surf everywhere to find it. They can go to their Google Drive, but if they have not organized their Google Drive and created a folder for their e-journals, they're still going to be all over the place. So I made a page where I'm going to start putting future journals in here. One idea I thought about yesterday, which I didn't have time to make today, but I thought maybe I should have done a Bitmoji little library here or a bookshelf and have them, the journal sitting on a bookshelf that they can click to get to their journal. Anyway, that's just another idea. But the students can definitely come here to get to their journal. When they click it, it'll be their journal they get to. Any questions on that? So we've gone over quite a few ways to integrate Google Docs and slides in Canvas, within Canvas, right? Whether it's using pages or assignments or the external URL tool. What are some things you're trying? What are some problems you're trying to solve? And did any of this help you, or do you want to talk about it right now and see if we can figure out a solution?
I mean, I think for me, I'm good. I just didn't know how to insert the Google documents in there. I had been like downloading the, you know, that slide that I wanted them to see and just inserting it as a picture. But I'm like those interactive activities like she was talking about that they're providing for us. I was like, I want them to do that. So
you want them to do the interactive activities. And are your kids on iPads too?
Some of them are, and some of them are on the Chromebooks.
Okay. So the ones with iPads are having a hard time.
No. I just
Oh,
didn't know
okay.
insert them at all. So I hadn't even tried.
Oh, got it. Okay, so now you know. So hopefully they'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Anything else? And did this helped you?
Yes, I just
Okay.
feel so like, really? That's all I had to do? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I did. I
Okay,
got it.
okay,
I
good.
I
I
have a
should actually
question.
try it out, but I think I'm
Yeah,
okay now. Thank
okay,
you.
good.
So I have a question. So when even
Okay.
you embed when you use the external tool
Mm-hmm.
with that document that it's in Google Slides,
Yes.
that one has to be not an editor, right? Just viewer.
It doesn't matter for that one. For that one, it's going to give every kid their own copy. Yeah.
Okay.
You won't
Okay.
need to do the share link. Now, if you're hyperlinking, you do have to go make sure that share link is the way you want it. If you want anyone at SCISD to view or anyone at SCISD to edit, okay? On that one, you do have to if you're going to hyperlink it. But if you're using the external tool to send every kid their own assignment, their own copy, you don't need to do that,
Okay.
okay?
And then the other thing that I wanted to know, it's about Seesaw. How can I like get an assignment from Seesaw and put it just in Canvas instead of me going to Google Slide and embedded the link into a picture in Google Slide and then put it in Canvas as a page?
Mm-hmm. Let me show you this. It's the, what's it called? Hold on. App integration guide. Yeah, let me see. Okay, so on this one, I'll put the link in the chat. If I can find the chat. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Okay. So this one is our app integration guide, and we do have short videos on how to integrate any of these things here. But if you go to the Seesaw one, Seesaw, notice that there are two pathways. It depends on if you're on Chromebooks or laptops or if you're on iPads. And what we're suggesting is that on an iPad, install the Seesaw app, sign into ClassLink. In ClassLink, then open the Seesaw, and then Seesaw will open in the app, okay? It's best that they just use the app on the iPads and not use the link inside Canvas. In Chromebooks, you can. So you can put that Seesaw link in the navigation menu and be able to get there from there. But for whatever reason on the iPads, it's not working well. So what you're doing is putting in a slide, but you don't even need to put in a slide. You can just put in the way I did a page right in here. I mean, like my eJournal button is a page. This is just a page. And you can just update your page when you have a new assignment. So you can have a button on your home page called Seesaw Activities or something like that, like a button called Seesaw Activities, and then make a page. So let me make, add a page, call this page Seesaw Activities, and then here, you would just put, you can put the instructions or, you know, click on the link below for the day, for the correct day, however you want to set it up, right? And I would maybe make a table. Okay, let me get more space here. So then I would maybe do something like a table if you want to, for the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Maybe you can do it in a 2-week time period or something like that. But so I would do Monday, Tuesday, depends on how often you do this. If you do it once a day, this would be great. Friday. And then here would be the link to the Seesaw assignment. and then you would hyperlink that using this tool. External, put the Seesaw link there. And now every time you need to do it, don't go make a new slide and go embed a new slide and all of that. Just come to the same page every time, right? I would even put the dates here. And then you can either keep adding to the table or do it every week or do it every 2 weeks, like have a table here for 2 weeks at a time and just update your links. You see what I'm saying? That way you just do it here internally and you don't have to keep making a slide and embed a slide and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, that's what I want. That it's easier, faster to do, to say.
Yeah. So then you can, if you have buttons on your front page, you can make a button on the front page called Seesaw Activities. Or if you're working more with modules, you could make a module called Seesaw. I spelled that wrong. Activities. Okay, and then here you could click what I showed you earlier, that external URL, and put the link to their activity there. Maybe that'll work. So what is it, Seesaw? It's HTTPS seesaw.com, seesaw.me. I think it's me, right?
Me.
So Seesaw assignment. You can give it the whatever the name, the actual name, and add it. And then should take them to Seesaw right inside. For some reason it's not popping up, but again, you've seen the trouble I've been having with my computer. Maybe try that and see if that works. I don't know. But again, I like the idea of the page, because even with this one, you're going to have to keep creating new external URLs every time, unless you just update this one. I guess you could update the same one and take the link out and put a new link and leave it in the module area. So there's quite a few different ways you can attack it. Just we just got to be a little creative. And the less clicks for you having to make it, the better. All right. All right, so if you guys don't have any other questions, let's
I
see.
think I'm good. Thank you.
You are? Okay, good. What about you, Sandra?
I think that's it for me too. I
Okay.
just try to figure out what to do. I guess I can't use the math activities that they have, so I'll figure it out. But thank you so much for.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.